Peace, peace, peace. What is good? I just want to remind you that there's a higher source that knows exactly what you need, that knows when you need it, when it's best for you to receive it, how to align you with it, where to align you with it, when it's coming, when's the most perfect time for it to come, timing, when the timing is divine. It knows everything. And when we trust our intuition and this map that we hold within ourselves, it leads us directly to those things. It connects different dots for us to receive what we're needing. I was sharing a story the other day and TikTok flagged me on this part too, so I didn't really get to the point. But I was guided somewhere to go and look for my dog from someone who messaged me on Facebook saying the night before that they might have seen her. And I had no idea. I knew the area of where this place was, but I didn't know what apartment complex it was. I didn't know what restaurant it was that they were telling me about. I just felt a nudge to go and see if I myself can go and find something out about my dog. And I ended up getting stopped by a cop as I arrived here at this place. Had I not been stopped by this cop, this man who came out of nowhere, pretending to know me and my mom, to help us with this cop because he saw us being just not being treated very nicely by this cop. Had that not happened, he wouldn't have come out and I wouldn't have met this man who actually has helped a lot of people find their dogs, who has helped a lot of dogs out on the street, saved a lot of dogs' lives, who has so many different connections out here in Tulum. Had this cop not stopped me, he wouldn't have decided to come close to us and be this angel in human disguise exactly when I needed, exactly when I called out for help. I am always calling out for help that I know I have. Calling out to source, calling out to my spirit guides, calling out to my spiritual protection, calling out to my higher self, calling out to my quantum double who has already experienced this and knows the end result. I am always calling out for help. And once I saw that this cop was actually making a siren out to me, I instantly, because it's instant for me, I instantly called out for help to this connection that I have within me. Source, please help me. Because I knew I didn't have my driver's licenses because they took them from me when I rented a car. And I knew that I hadn't updated my plates. And I just knew I needed help. I needed help. I needed help from something beyond me. And out of nowhere, this man approaches us and winks at us to go along with pretending we knew him and we were going there to meet him. And he got me out of that situation with the cop. Now I realize, and I knew it after I left that day, I was like, nah, I know everything always happens perfectly. I know everything happens for my highest good, for my greatest good. I know everything is always aligned for me. I know that there's no coincidences in this life. I know that there's no accidents in this life. I know that for a reason I decided to make a U-turn on a one-way, even if it was just to turn the curb, probably like 20 feet that I went going around the apartment so that I can park. I knew that I made that choice to do that for a reason, and that cop had seen me for a reason. I knew that this cop had to have pulled up for a reason. And the fact that I met this man who came out of nowhere pretending to know me for a reason, I knew that this person who messaged me the night before on Facebook saying that they might have seen my dog happened for a reason, even if it wasn't because, even if it wasn't exactly the fact that he saw my dog Shelby. I just knew that for some reason I was led there, I was guided there. And I always trust and believe that at some point I'm going to find out why these things happen. Immediately the next day, I realized when this man was telling me, as we continued communicating, and he was telling me how much he's helped dogs out here in Tulum, how big of a community they've created for people helping one another find their dogs, help dogs on the streets, and this connection that he has to a big part of the community in Tulum. He's been here for a while already. I knew how everything fit the pieces in the puzzle, down to every little detail. The detail of the cop. Had the cop not stopped me, had the cop not been giving me a hard time and my mom a hard time, then this man would have never seen us and said, hey, these girls need help. Let me go and help them. Had he not followed his own intuition to go and be at this place at that exact moment, he wouldn't have even ever been there. Who knows what could have happened? And I don't even care to entertain any thought of what could have happened had that man not been there, because it happened as it was meant to. And I see why. When we trust with, like they say, blind faith, but at the same time, I don't even think it's exactly blind faith, because there's something that we can see, something that we can feel within us that's telling us, yes, do this. Yes, go there. Yes, talk to that person. Yes, don't say anything at this moment. Don't go here, go there. Turn here, don't turn there. There's something that's constantly guiding us. There's something that is constantly showing us the path to what it is that we are needing in that moment. And when we trust that everything is always working out for us and that we are divinely protected every single time before I go out, I I I drive down the driveway in my scooter, and before I'm about to make the turn to get out of to start driving down the street, I place this huge bubble of protection, thanking this divine protection that hovers over me and whoever I have with me, for taking care of us on that drive, for getting us to where we need to be and taking us where we're meant to be and keeping us from where we're not. But I don't even really say that. I just say thank you for protecting us, keeping us safe, getting us to and from, for the beautiful experience that I'm about to embark and embrace. And it also feels so good, because it's like you're putting this intention and you're placing this energy over you, that you feel good because you're feeling that energy. You're feeling that power that you've placed over yourself, and that trust in this higher source. And it'll literally prove to you that it was listening, by where it is that you get led to, by where it is that you don't end up going to, and you realize later, like, wow, I'm so happy I didn't go. I'm so happy I was guided not to go. I hardly accept invitations to go places, because most times I'm led not to go there. I feel something within me telling me, no, I'm not feeling it. And a lot of times I might not even exactly know why, but when I know that I'm not feeling it, and there's something in me that's like, It's for a reason, and I pay attention to it. I had this 1001. I had this really heavy experience when I went to Palenque, and I went to the ruins out there in Palenque, and my energy was attacked big time. Big time. I had never ever felt something like that before. Never had I felt that. I literally could not breathe any oxygen. I was looking at my mom and I was looking at the tour guide and I was watching them sing. Like, are they really able to breathe right now? Because I can't breathe anything inside. I couldn't inhale any oxygen. It was horrible. It was horrible. That experience in Palenque was such an experience for me to learn to be careful where I place my energy, where I place my feet on this earth, to protect my energy a whole lot more and a whole lot deeper, and not accept every invitation everywhere. To realize and recognize that there's a lot of energy out there in this world that is still filled with a lot of heaviness. And when we're sensitive to energies, it can hit you like a ton of bricks. Truly. 1119. And so ever since then, first and foremost, I always pay attention now. For a while now, I've paid attention to what life tries to teach me. And because of that, after that experience in Palenque, I reflected and I allowed myself to receive the lesson from it. That was to protect my energy, to be careful of where I go, and allow myself to be really intuitively guided through my inner compass, where I should go, where I should not, what I should do, what I should not. Because every single time we ignore intuition, we're either instantly reminded that we should have, or and sometime we realize, like, oh my gosh, I knew that all along and I didn't pay attention to myself. And I think that's like one of the hardest feelings, when you knew it all along and you decided to ignore yourself. You decided to go back, to go against what you already were feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, what you already felt inside, and you broke that trust with yourself. I feel like if we can learn to trust ourselves again, if we can learn to have a really great relationship with ourselves again, to trust what we're feeling, to trust in that guidance that we're receiving within us. Even if it doesn't make sense, most times my guidance does not make sense. And I've learned to pay attention to that. I've learned to do it anyway. I don't need that. Also is learning when the ego is trying to pull you a certain direction, and when your higher self is trying to pull you towards the other. Sometimes the ego is the one that's like, well, I don't know why that wants to take me there, and I'm not going to pay attention because I don't know. And the higher self doesn't have to know. The higher self just trusts. And I'm so comfortable with that now, where a lot of times I don't know why I'm being guided to do a certain thing. I don't know why I'm being guided not to do a certain thing. I just know that I'm being guided to do it, so I'm gonna pay attention. And I trust and I believe, even through past experience already, that at some point when I'm ready to know why that choice was being made, why I was being guided in that direction or not, I end up realizing it at some point or another. And it's also releasing the need to know of things, releasing the need to know why you're being guided into something or not, releasing needing to know or find out at a certain time why. I don't care to know the whys anymore. All I care about is my peace. All I care about is my sanity. 444. All I care about is following my protection, my inner guidance system, trusting myself, feeling good with myself that I trusted what I was feeling above anything else, above everyone else's words, above anything else outside of us that just tries to distract us a lot of times. It's like sometimes you're feeling a guidance and it's telling you, yes, do it. And you might see a sign that says no. And that could be a distraction. Or that sign could be to see if you're going to pay attention to yourself more over that sign outside of you. Sometimes it could be the opposite, where you're feeling a nudge to yes, and you also see a sign that says yes. And that could either give you instant clarity and confirmation, or you can allow those thoughts of fear or those thoughts of, oh, but what if this? Oh, but what if that? Oh, but this happened in the past when you did that. And just knowing, it's just having the discernment within ourselves, which we all have, to know what is our intuition, what's our higher self, and what else, and what is it that's outside of us that's trying to distract us from doing what we're meant to do, going where we're meant to go, speaking to who we're meant to. So, this is just a reminder for you to remember that source. There is a higher power that knows everything you need when you need it, and as you need it, you'll receive it. I love that rhymed. No matter what it is that you need, there's a higher source that knows it all, that knows how to get it to you, that knows when to get it to you, that knows what you don't need. So if things are, like I made a video yesterday, things are falling apart, let them. They're meant to. If you have a house that's falling apart, you want it to come down so that you can start all over the right way. Make the foundation firm. If you've got a yard full of weeds, then you've got to clear them all out to be able to plant some new seeds. Don't be afraid to start over. A lot of times we got to start over so that we can start fresh. When we're playing a song, we don't start it from the middle. We start it from the beginning. When you watch a movie, you don't start it from the end or very close to the end. Or 10 minutes in, you start it from the beginning. Allow yourself to be comfortable with going back to the start and being pulled back a little bit like a bow and arrow. I always like that analogy. You have to be comfortable with being pulled back, taking some steps back to be able to launch yourself further. Sometimes you have to take some steps back to be able to get to see the full picture again, to get a better view, to remind yourself of what you're looking at, of what you're receiving, of what you're portraying. Don't be afraid of taking those steps back. It takes courage and it takes strength to take those steps back and trust that you're still going to be able to take those steps forward. Even if it takes some time, that time is meant to be taken. Always remember, time is on your side. Time doesn't exist the way we think it does. So, I remind you to place your faith in Source. Don't feel alone, because you can ask it to prove to you that it is with you, that it's listening, that it feels you, that it sees you. That's it. It's embracing you, and it's with you through everything. And don't ever forget to put your trust and your faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're feeling. believe in what you're being intuitively guided to do. Trust in your intuition. The more you trust it, the more it will be amplified. The more stronger it'll get, the more powerful it'll get. Trust me. Everything I ever speak, I only share from experience. I invite you to experience it yourself, because that's the greatest. We came here to life to experience. And when you experience something for yourself, nobody can take that from you. No one can tell you it's not true. No one can tell you anything because you experienced it for yourself. That's all the truth you need. And the truth in everything lies within you. Much peace, many blessings.